It has been forever since I've been able to do that, and it felt quite nice. I'm going to tell you guys this. I know recently in the last few videos, basically in the losing streak, I was telling myself, pick a direction, all that stuff. But I'm going to do here what I did with the Leafs last year. Now, yes, they were in the playoffs and this and that. The Raptors are going to do what the Raptors are going to do. So I'm just going to watch the basketball game and try and enjoy the basketball game. And tonight's game against the very similar to the Raptors Atlanta Hawks was a very entertaining game. You knew the Hawks weren't going to play much defense. So could the Raptors play enough? And could they shoot the ball well enough? Because they're going to get the looks. And the answer is yes. The Raptors shot the ball incredibly well. 58% from the field. They shot 53% from three, knocked down 18 threes, and made 9 third-quarter threes. Why is this team so frustrating? But isn't it fun? Raptor fans, when your team can hit shots, it's fun. It's very fun to watch. And let's break this thing down. First quarter, yeah, it won great. Raptors defensively, nowhere to be found. Trae Young eating them alive. And you allow 39, just about 40 piece in the first quarter. And yet again, the Raptors go down in the first quarter. They're down 8. But they counter in the second quarter. And they make a pretty good punch, led by Scotty B and Pascal Siakam. And they win that second quarter, 33-27. You're plus 6 there, and you're only minus 2 at halftime. And in the third quarter, you know, who's going to make that first punch? They have the 2-point lead. It's basically a tie game at the half. So who's going to make that first punch in the third quarter? Well, the answer is the Toronto Raptors did. They came out in the third quarter with a purpose. I think they started the quarter like 13-4 run or something like that to start the quarter, and they took the lead. And honestly, overall, they really never looked back from there. They built the lead up a bit. They won the third quarter by 10. They dropped 39 in the quarter. And as I mentioned, they made 9 threes in the quarter. Isn't it beautiful when you can make threes? Oh, it's so much more fun to watch. It really is. And they win that quarter by 10, 39-29. And a really good offense in the Atlanta Hawks. You hold them to the middle frames at least. Under 30 points, which is very good. And the Raptors scored 31, 33, 39, and 32 in this game. And sure, they lose the fourth quarter by 133-32, but let's talk about the fourth quarter. So there were a few sets of plays that I want to talk about. The Raptors call a timeout, and I believe it is a 8-point game. And they come out of the timeout, and it's a Dennis Schroeder turnover, leading to, I believe, a Bogdanovich 3. Raptors come down the floor, Scotty Barnes, turnover again. Bogdanovich 3. It is now a 2-point game. And right out of a timeout, you turn the ball over twice and allow 2 threes and allow a 6-0 run in a span of 4 possessions total. Like, what the hell just happened? Then not long after that, though, the Raptors counter and they get the fans finally on their feet. Jakob Poeltl, a massive denial of Trae Young at the rim. He tries to go for the floater. Yak gets up and blocks it. And then, coming down the floor, OG gets the ball at the top of the floor and drives downhill. I think it was Capella? Or was it, no, it probably wouldn't have been Capella. Who was that? Okongwu, maybe? It might have been Okongwu. And he tries to step in for a charge. OG's like, forget that. I'm going over top of you, and throws it down. Fans on their feet. The bench is up. Everyone's fired up. Next play on the floor. Yak blocks another shot at the rim. Oh, I actually think, was it another floater? Either way, it was another big-time block from Jakob. The Dennis gets the ball out in transition, feeds it over to Scotty. He drives in, and because he went underneath the bucket and then flipped to his left hand and went back the way he came and got the and one to go. Pascal's fired up. Scotty's fired up. The fans are on their feet. The vibes are good, and the Raptors, after that horrific time after the timeout, they counter and build that lead back up again. Massive, massive plays there. And then they started playing hacky yak for a second and realized that wasn't a good thing. Because Yak knocks down 2 free throws. They're like, damn, guess we can't do it to this stud. Well, you probably could have. But either way, the Raptors outlast the Atlanta Hawks offensively. They do a good enough job on the defensive end. Trae Young, sure, 35 points, 17 assists in the game. His offense really cooled off in the second half. At least it felt that way. If you watch the game, you know that first half, he was taking logo threes and knocking them down at will. But it just seemed that in the second half, those weren't falling. End of the game, 13 of 27 shots. Like, jeez. Yeah. 4 of 9 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line. Yeah, Trae Young's a stud. Also turned the ball over 5 times, was the only guy who was an even player. Capello's a minus 17. DeJounte Murray is a minus 17. The Raptors cooked them. I thought the Raptors played a hard game, and it was an entertaining game for basketball fans. That's all I ask right now. Masai and Bobby know what they're doing, I think. The trust in Masai stuff is starting to dwindle, if it hasn't already for a lot of people. But I will say this, Raptor fans, and it's something I thought about, and I listened to a podcast today. And I think they had Michael Grange. I think it was the Bunkus podcast, and they had Michael Grange on. And he was explaining that the draft class this year is, it's okay. It's not bad. It's good. You're going to get, if you get the first overall pick, whoop-de-doo, you're getting a great player. But as you go down, it's not as deep. But the next 2 years are quite good. I don't know. That's what he was saying on there. And I'm like, and if the Raptors, tank it this year and they get a top pick and they keep their draft pick, that draft pick defers to next year. And then if they're in the bottom 6 again, then it flips to a second round pick. But is that really what we want? So I'm kind of in that weird spot where I'm like, do I just want the Raptors to win as many games right now? If they end up being a play-in team and be fun to watch, sure. And then you get rid of that pick to bite the bullet, but at least you have all your picks moving forward. I don't know. It is what it is. I just want to watch this team play hard. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know who's going to be on this team by the trade deadline, if anybody's gone. But I will say that tonight, in particular, was an entertaining game. That's what I'm going to pose to you guys. Don't look at the big picture right now, because that's not our job. Our job is to watch the product and at least try to enjoy it. And if they're going to play like this, like tonight, it's fun. It's fun when you're knocking down shots, 18 threes. All right, player stats. Here we go. Pascal Siakam, cash money today. He was dominating the paint, and then he started sprinkling the 3 and knocked down 5 triples. What? When was the last time Pascal knocked down more than 3? How about that? All right, so he had the big offers. Last time he made more than 3 threes was November 1st when he hit 5 against Milwaukee. Ever since then, he has not hit more than 1. He hits 5 today, goes 5 of 6. It's stuff like this where it frustrates you. But he dominates the Atlanta Hawks in his career, and he showed that again today. 33, 7 and 7, 12 of 19 shooting, 4 of 7 from the free throw line, still not good. But 5 of 6 from three-point range, was a plus 15. He looked outstanding. OG Anunoby, 22, 5 and 3, shot 10 of 13 from the field, 2 of 5 from distance, had a steal in the ball game. It was a plus 17. He was great. Jakob Poeltl, I thoroughly enjoyed his game. He made Clint Capella look quite silly. Sure, Capella had 17 and 10, but nothing great. It didn't really feel that way. Jakob Poeltl, 15 points, 13 rebounds, and they're a small team too, so they play small a lot. So Jakob Poeltl feasted on that today. 15, 13, and 6, 5 of 8 from the field, 5 of 8 from the free throw line. He'll take it any day from Yak. 3 blocks, including the 2 in the fourth quarter there. Plus 12 on the floor. Dennis Schroeder, 17, 3 and 7. 5 of 11 from the field. 4 of 4 from the line. 3 of 4 from distance. A steal and a block. Plus 15. Scotty Barnes, 27, 10 and 6. 11 of 14 from the field. 2 of 3 from the line. 3 of 4 from distance. A block in the game for Scotty. Plus 7 on the floor. And Gary gave you 12 points off the bench, but that's about it. Malachi missed all 4 shots he took, missed 3 threes, Precious 7 and 7, but still scares the hell out of me when he gets the ball in his hand. And Chris Boucher played 9 minutes, had 2 points, and was minus 10. So that's a painful look for Chris. But next up for the Raptors, he had to face the same team again. On Friday, the Raptors take on these same Atlanta Hawks on Friday, 7:30 tip-off there, looking to win 2 in a row. Look, you're in a stretch right now where you have a favorable schedule. You have the Hawks twice. I believe you have the Hornets. And then you got Nuggets, Sixers. And then you have Jazz and Wizards. And sure, Boston. But then you got the Pistons. So This is a time where the Raptors can win some games, but can they? They've already lost to Charlotte once. So if they can make some threes like they did tonight, they'll be fine. But, God, doesn't happen very often. But enjoy it when it does, all right? So you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the game today, because it was very entertaining, hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you've not done so already, and I'll talk to you guys. Okay, I'll be here tomorrow, Leafs edition, 7 o'clock puck drop between the Leafs and the Blue Jackets at Scotiabank Arena. And as for the Raptors, they're back in action on Friday as they host the Atlanta Hawks at Scotiabank Arena, 7:30 tip-off there. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the entertaining game today. We'll talk to you guys then.